We mostly followed opportunities during the early years of Bulwark Studio. Even Mechanicus wasn't planned, and Ixion was the very first time we had the opportunity to just do something of our own, and that we have enough time to design, craft, and build.
Yeah, we liked science fiction, space, technology, science things.
Ixion was really nice on like a professional standpoint, because it gave me the opportunity to just pitch anything and see if it suits you guys, and most of the things did. So
when we have to write the first design document, we must establish the first constraints that will lead everything. We all agreed that a rotating space station could be the first step to the game. The rotating space station brings with it two major constraints, which are we've got limited space to build, so it's the first key element of design on which we will be able to elaborate future system. And the second one that came a bit later was the importance of routing stuff within the station.
We pitched the idea of, adding some weather, like having a giant space storm would be nice. We iterated on it, and in the end it stayed in. I mean, a lot of things did not make it to the end.
We try to ensure that it's not perceived as a punishment, but mostly a necessary evil you can prepare for. One thing about solar system is it's like infinite amount of resources. So we really needed to find a way to force players to still get players to be stuck with resources and have to deal with them. That's why we added a layer of transformation of these resources before they can be exploited.
The resources had different goals. Like, for example, you have alloy, which is going to be like to maintain the station and build most of the structures, and like polymers are going to be for ships. And like, if you want more ships, or if you want more housing, you're not going to look for the same resources as for the other one.
We know that the player will be in the middle of nowhere and he has to survive. Food can't be, or in a small part, found in the solar system. So the player needs to produce his own food and build buildings that produce food.
We need more people to build this food structure, but then we need more food to feed this new crew, etc. And we enter in the infinite loop of finding the right balance during the experience. And on top of this, we've got electricity, which is the resource that represents the station. We don't treat a population in a similar way as other city builders do. Like, they tend to allow micromanagement in the station. Like, you can assign people, and if you recall, we had early prototypes with this. And electricity slowly replaced population as a main requirement for buildings to work. And then we had challenges to find how to still have population matter in the game.
We have to implement many citizens in the tycoon, like many citizens. So we have to code things in a way that is really optimized. You have to do many mathematics.
We want to appeal to a large audience with people who come as a fan of science fiction, and we don't want to get them leave the experience because it was too difficult.
And that was one of the things that we had to work on, is that, make the game tense, but at least a little bit enjoyable. Onboarding was a really big part of the latter work. I mean, it's been months. We just tweaked stuff, and we had to make it work out for the people that didn't understand how the game worked at first. And since we also have, kind of a twist at the end of a prologue, the genre of the game changes dramatically afterwards. and to make a player understand how the game is now going to work was kind of a challenge.
For me, I literally don't know what will happen when we deliver the demo. I was very happy to see the players loved it, and it motivates the team, us, me, to continue the game, to polish the game. So for me, it was a nice experience to deliver that.
Yeah, it was a relief. For the studio, it's our very first IP, and we never made one before, and we had to learn everything from scratch. In the end, it happened to be an organic process. Like, we did some PR, obviously, but the word of mouth worked very well, and I think we're all super happy to see how enthusiastic people are on the Discord, and it's a very big relief to know there is expectations about the game. There is many systems that play at the same time, and when they get used to play with all of these systems, they will constantly trying to anticipate and compensate their weakest part in their city management. And when they achieve this, there will be a new issue somewhere else.
Now, one thing I like in the game is the prologue, because we let the player play the game as slow as he wants or as fast as he wants, and just testing things, build things. When they come in the chapter 1, it's just good luck. You know things, you have to deal with it now.
For the next fest, like Manu said a bit earlier, it was a great relief that so many people were interested in what we made. So if it's the same during release, I mean, we'll be like ecstatic. That's my biggest hope, is that people love playing it.
No, yeah, I hope our player will love the game, and I hope we will make something after the game, maybe telling more about the story, the universe. I want to thank you all of the team we have, because each people have a specialty, and each specialty brings something into the game. We are making many meetings with all the people in the team. We are getting feedbacks from all of them, and we are building the game with that feedbacks. So yeah, thanks to the team. Thank you.